YouTube, what's up? Welcome back. Look, turn up your volume. Brad Garlinghouse just dropped a freaking bombshell that could flip the entire crypto market upside down. This week? Yeah, this week. Something massive is happening with XRP and it's not hype. This is history in motion. Franklin Templeton, DTCC, tokenization, ETFs. This is the exact moment we've all been waiting for. Let's break down exactly what's going on, because when you see this, you're going to understand exactly why XRP holders are about to have the best freaking week ever. And we're starting right here. This is the headline that should get you excited. It should get you pumped up and amped up. Better be losing your mind when I tell you this one. Franklin Templeton, their XRP ETF, ticker XRPZ, just been listed on the DTCC's website following a major S1 amendment. You know what that means, right? It's not if, it's when. It is coming. They were just at Swell, if you don't recall. We're not talking, no, I lied. We are talking about one of the biggest asset managers on earth moving in silence, going stealth mode, right? And suddenly XRPZ, it appears on the DTCC's website. That's not a test run. That's not preparation. That is a signal that it's go time. This is the same path that every single ETF takes right before approval. Bitcoin did it, Ethereum did it, and now XRP, its name is on the board. Here's the kicker. Frankie, we call him Frankie around here, by the way. They don't chase trends. They set them. This is a $1 trillion institution making a statement. XRP's role in global liquidity, it is too big to ignore. Hold that thought though, okay? Remember what Frankie's doing out there. Because when institutions are making chess moves in silence, there's another project that's bridging crypto and traditional finance like no other. This one's flying under the radar. Look, people who are in my little circle, my little group, they know how big this one is. We're talking Ondo. We're talking about the bridge between crypto and capital markets. Ondo is connecting crypto to capital markets, right? It is tokenizing real world assets and it is doing it with precision. And when you look at the chart, it looks to me like this is a double bottom tap retest and it's time to full send. This is a freaking launch pad what you're staring at. They are building the infrastructure that lets assets like bonds, equities, and even ETFs live on-chain instantly tradable, globally accessible 24/7, 365. No more waiting for the markets to open. No middleman, no red tape. Ondo is doing what Wall Street's wish it could have done. And speaking of markets that close and open like it's still in the freaking 1990s, let's talk about what's about to change everything. We're going to talk about tokenization and it being the future. But at first, if you don't got your strategy called book, me and you like this, no playbook, no script, it's just two people talking. You get the answers to all your questions. You want to learn about tax setup, LLC structure, and S-Corp, what's right for you, how to do it? You want to know more information about this whole no tax on crypto? You want to talk about anything like that? Or you want guidance to do it? I got you covered. You need an accountant to do your taxes? I got someone for you. I got someone I play ball with. He'll take care of them. I've been using them for years. If you want to know about my exit plan, how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to plan it, I got you covered. Anything, you need to book that call. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. Got someone from Australia who might be getting on board with us as well. I'm excited for that one. That'll be the furthest call we made yet. Remember, those spots are limited. But let's talk about this, because Brian Armstrong said it best, and this ties back into what we just talked about with Ondo, right? It's 2026. Right? All right, it's 2025, it's November, but 2026 is pretty much here. Billions of people still have to wait for the US to wake up before they can trade. That's insane, everyone. Markets shouldn't sleep. Money shouldn't have business hours, right? 8 to 5, that's the business hour for your money. And the markets, why? It shouldn't be like that anymore. You know what I'm talking about. That's why tokenized assets are about to rewrite this entire playbook. You get instant settlement, 24/7 liquidity, no borders, no downtime. Ripple's already working with Ondo if you didn't know, but when XRP, Ondo, and these others bring the old system on chain, the world close, that will disappear forever. And you know who's already moving the pieces to make this real, right? It's Brad Garlinghouse. Let's talk about what Ripple's CEO just revealed, because this is pure 3D chess. I want you to listen to this.
But at the end of the day, we want to do things that are good for the XRP ecosystem. Trust in XRP, utility in XRP, and we want to build liquidity in XRP. Each of the acquisitions we do, in one way or another, we believe it will do those things. Some people may look at it and be like, I don't really, scratch their head a little bit. Well, I promise you that we see in the three-dimensional game of chess, we see how we believe that's going to evolve. Sometimes we'll probably do things that are more obvious and some less obvious. That's okay with us. Now, on XRP specifically, look, do I think that we have room to grow? Absolutely. I think as we get more regulatory clarity, you're going to see more institutions, more capital, more entrepreneurs. We don't advocate that it's the right one size fits all, that you should do everything on the XRP blockchain. There's other blockchains that are going to be better at different use cases, and that's great. But we think that we'll continue to champion XRP use cases that we think are uniquely good on that blockchain.
Look, what he's saying here, this isn't random. Every company Ripple acquires, every partnership they announce, every single integration, it is all part of the long-term global strategy. Think about it. You got liquidity hubs, you got central bank digital currency partnerships, you have institutional corridors, all converging into one system that's going to be powered by XRP and the XRP ledger. While most people are out there guessing, Ripple's executing. And they're not the only giants who are stacking positions quietly in the background, because J.P. Morgan, they now hold over 5,284,190 Bitcoin ETF shares worth over $34 million, which I want to add in there, it is up 64% since June. The biggest bank in America loading crypto exposure like it's preparing for liftoff. They don't buy tops, folks. They build positions. So ask yourself now, if the world's largest institutions are buying, tokenizing, and launching ETFs, do you think we're anywhere near the end of this cycle? That's your answer. And what's coming next? It proves that we are just getting started. This is Perry Ann Boring from the Digital Chamber, and she said it best. What we are seeing is the tokenization of everything, of all things, right? This isn't just crypto anymore. This is what we call financial infrastructure. Every asset, stocks, real estate, treasuries, commodities, they are all going to live on chain. That means speed, efficiency, and transparency. Listen up.
Gone really past just speculating, is this going to be a thing in the future, to this absolutely is critical infrastructure. We need to get the rules right to foster that environment.
Right, and how to integrate it into existing systems and existing infrastructure. And of course, it touches so many different industries. Once upon a time, crypto was kind of the domain of the Senate Banking Committee or the House Financial Services Committee. It's gone beyond that, hasn't it?
Absolutely. What we are seeing is the tokenization of all things. I believe anything that can be moved on chain will be, or to a large extent. So that will be everything from financial services related to transactions to the title of your house or your car could be issued on a blockchain and settled using blockchain infrastructure. We already have a number of projects that are being used in the defense industry to secure communications across defense-related systems. So many different industries will use and leverage blockchain rails in the future. And again, this is why it's so critical that we get the rules right, so we attract these types of businesses, this types of innovation, so we continue to lead in this advanced tech.
And they're going to get the rules right, and we're going to continue to lead in the US. And for XRP and Ondo and the broader altcoin market, this is the liquidity explosion we've been waiting for. It's that simple, right? And speaking of altcoins, if you thought this bull market was done, oh, you're not ready for what's coming next. Look, the data doesn't lie. Altcoin market cap, that's what you're looking at on your screen. This against Bitcoin, this looks, you can see right here where my mouse is, this looks very similar to what happened in Q4 of 2019. You remember what came next, right? Absolute madness. It's called alt season. Right now, we're not at the end. We're barely at the beginning of this thing. So when this breakout happens, XRP, Ondo, and every quality project who is riding the tokenization train, they're going to explode. But if you still think we're in a bear market, wait until you see this next part, because this is where it gets real. The largest companies in the world, they're racing to launch ETFs, over 150, just waiting for the government to reopen so they can go live. Franklin Templeton's XRP, we talked about it a little bit earlier, they're on DTCC site through the S1 amendment. And that's supposed to be bearish? I don't know how. I mean, we're legit watching Wall Street's elite prepare the runway for a massive institutional flood. ETFs, they don't get built for fun, everyone. They get built for demand. This is the calm before the liquidity storm. And when it hits, it is going to be something you have never seen before. And when that switch flips, the headlines, they're going to sound a lot like this next one, because Trump's family-backed Bitcoin company, they just loaded up. And if you ask me, the signal is clear. Trump doesn't buy tops. He creates tops. American Bitcoin, backed by the Trump family, they just acquired over 139 more Bitcoin, bringing their total to over 4,000 Bitcoin. Now, if this doesn't tell you where the smart money is positioning, nothing will. Political families, Wall Street, Fortune 500 companies, they're all in, while retail is still arguing it on X. The insiders, they're just out there loading up quietly, because they know what happens when that switch is flipped, and when this thing starts running, it's going to be way too late for anyone to react. So let's bring this all together, folks. What do you say? Frankie XRP ETF, it's on a DTCC's website. Ripple, they're executing a global strategy. JP Morgan and the Trump network, they're stacking Bitcoin. And tokenization, it is going to transform everything from how we trade to how we move money. This isn't a coincidence. This is the future of finance that is being built right in front of us. So if you're bullish, do me a favor, drop a comment down below, hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss another moment.